Hi, friends. Welcome to this meditation foundational courses from Buddhasya Quantum Foundation. You'll understand what exactly happens in meditation, what is it doing to the brain waves, what are those conscious and subconscious minds, what is the process to do this simple breath mindfulness meditation, how do you practice heart elevation process that aids in having deeper states of meditation. We understand scientifically how meditation is helping us get rid of stress, how it's helping us sleep better, how it increases our body energy, and then how meditation, most importantly, helps us increase our mental health. We explore the concepts of this, what is this quantum field? How is this creation happening? How is this energy to matter is happening? And we understand what is required to keep our thoughts in the right state to manifest a dream or a desire that we are looking to have in our life. Meditation is improving our emotional intelligence. If IQ is what gets us something, gets us the job, gets us the project, gets us a relationship, EQ, our emotional quotient, is what really helps us grow in it. So I'm glad that you've taken this step to join this program, and welcome once again, and then let's begin. Thank you. Happy morning, dear friends and masters. Great afternoon, wonderful evening. Not exactly the setup that I wanted. Let's go with this. Just a second. There are too many gadgets on me. One of the things that we're learning, part of manifestation science is this concept of coherency or alignment. We talked about the 5 sutras of manifestation, being focused, being open, visualizing, removing any limiting factors, and always be in a state of acceptance. that being in a state of acceptance, no matter what comes to us, no matter, voice is not heard. It's audible. Is it heard or not heard?
Able to hear, sir.
Okay. So being in a state of acceptance is the most important thing. The aspect of being happy in the moment is essential. It's called spiritual alignment. It's called coherency. Spiritual practice is helping us to first accept, so then we live the moment very joyfully, happily. I got this deep illness. Suddenly, I'm very young, but I got it. And I accept it. My business losses happened significantly. Can you accept it? I'm wanting X, but I got something else. Can you accept it? If you didn't accept and if you're resisting, then we are carrying a lower emotion. So then we are not in alignment, in tune with the quantum field of oneness. They're essentially saying, I'm separate, and that's why something that is coming to me, I don't like. We're essentially saying I'm separate from the field. Developing acceptance is essential. Now, acceptance comes from disengaging from the past. It comes from differentiating what is real, what is not real. If I lost something in the business, now it's relative. Some people say, okay, that's fine, so let's move on. Some are really, really struggling to cope up with it. So where is that? Is it in our mind the way we understand the reality, or is it there? It's always in the mind that we hold it as our reality. We're always in the mind. If some are able to take it easily, then why are we not able to take it easily? Because we think this whole existence are now our body, our relationships, our people, my life, everything is real. We're getting a little philosophical here. That's the studies that whatever meaning we assign to a given event, even by itself is neutral, but the meaning we assign to a given event defines how our emotions are, how our life experience are for the next days to months, depending on how long we're going to hold on to that event. So one, how long we're holding on to something, and two, what meaning we are giving it to it. And both are completely in our control. Both are completely in our control. How long to hold on to, and then what meaning we are giving. More than 90% of the time, all the time, the meaning we give is defining whether you're feeling joyful or sad, whether you're feeling successful or you feel your failure. It all depends on the meaning we give. We give. So then what do? We continue to understand why some people are able to take things easily for the same situation that I'm not able to. Take death. If there is a death in a family, then we struggle to accept it. Who does not have death, in whose family death is not there? Then why is that we are just so attached and are struggling to accept it? If everybody is going to go through it anyway, every family is going to go through it anyway. Mother who lost a son who is not waking up, And so then she went to Buddha and said, my son is not there. I need your help to get him back to his life. He said, fine, I'm going to do it for you. Please go in this entire village and then get me a fist of mustards or rice from the house where there is no death, where there's no suffering. I want you to go and get a fist of mustard seed from the house where there's no suffering or death. She went around the whole village, came back and said, I understand it. We don't accept because we do not understand many aspects that life is illusionary, everything is temporary in nature. We are attracting experiences through our own thinking, our own plans, and so then, but they're very temporary. If not this one, I can go on to the next one. That we ourselves have this whole setup of environment, the people, places, things have happened that we've designed and come with certain people, places, things, and situations. It's called law of reincarnation. There is this whole science, if we understand, we have perfect answers. Acceptance through the reincarnation concepts, acceptance through the thoughts create reality concepts, forgetting about that acceptance of in a situation just by contemplating our life events, wherever there are significant low situations happened for us in the past, and then looking at them and saying, those have always been great for me because they moved me into a higher state, into a higher velocity in my life. They shifted me into a higher level. If you can recognize, and then even just based on that, you can accept. Then you are in the moment, then you start again experiencing life beautifully. It's called becoming coherent or being in spiritual alignment. Coherency is essential. I look back, every time I look back, and I see that every time there is a low situation, it powered me to something high, very high. 2007 and 8 were very low for me in terms of my business. We were raising money, we couldn't raise money in a third round, so suddenly we had to strip ourselves down to a small team of people. I didn't like even a iota of what was going through that time because I had to let go of many people in the company. You don't like that at all. But there's no cash, you had to do something. And a startup is going through a huge cash flow situation. It's common. But those are also the challenges that you're looking to see how to make things happen till the last moment. Things may not come true, but you work through it. You recognize that life is living on the edge. Then you have so many spontaneous experiences. You're trying to make everything predictable. There's no fun in it. There's no more juice in the life because everything is predictable. Nothing new that comes as an experience. That's why you look back, wherever who are making very predictable, 20 years later, nothing new comes out of it. Because so predictable, you're not even in the moment. Okay, that's going to be taken care. Okay, this is going to happen. That's going to happen. Oh, I've already said it all right. So the 2007-8 was a low period for me in the sense that the business there's not enough cash and the company had let go, had to become a small team again from a huge team that we set up in India and Boston. And then everyone was let go and then a small team and we're working through. Didn't like it. I wanted to leave my job, leave the company. Then I was there with Patriji and asked him. He said, wait for some time. Chandra, things will happen, give time. Challenges will pass through. They come, they go. We know it. We know this. Pass through. Just give time. It's not enough. It's not time for you to leave and then do into full-time service. I wanted to go into full-time service. But that's also the time that Pyramid Valley International, this meditation center, we were trying to
in that year, we were launching this mega conference called Global Congress of Spiritual Scientists. As we were trying to establish many, many facilities during that short period of an year. And so it gave me a tremendous opportunity because the company is going at the low pace, so not much is happening. We were just simply hanging around. A small team of 11 or 12 people. We had 1 or 2 clients, so we had to service them. Not much money to do many things. We had to stick around. You see, in any situation, any challenge, any problem, if you can hang around there, perseverance it's called, if you can persevere, it's going to be a difficult situation. It's going to be a lot of sacrifice required at that moment. Time eternal. So don't have to think about it and say, oh, my time is going waste, is losing time. 1 year, 6 months is a lot of time I'm losing. Time eternal. You can stay. If you hang around, perseverance is there, then things happen. So we were hanging around, and this opportunity of working at Pyramid Valley, giving more time came that time. It's all happening. It's not even, as the company slowed down significantly, then Pyramid Valley is ramping up significantly for the time it required to build it up. And so it's beautiful. So without even knowing, naturally, my time went towards this. And those are the best 6 to 9 months that I spent time in my life. And one of my best periods was that the same time when the company was at low period, same time that I spent a long time in seeing what it is today, Pyramid Valley. When many of this, the whole pyramid, the whole lawn, some of you have not gone, we'll have a session on it, but it's an amazing, beautiful facility. Many of them came up that time. And it feels so fulfilling that I was part of it. I was part of it in helping build it up. And then I was able to take 2 months of time, work away from work time, to get this conference organized, an international conference with 400 delegates organized in 2008, that far away from Bangalore city. So it was a proud moment. It was feeling, so much of fulfillment. So the point is that what I consider a very low period, if I look back, is one of the best periods of my career, my life. We all look from that perspective and then recognize that there are every time there is something low is there. If you look back, that actually has helped you to move into something greater and higher. So in many ways, dear friends, law of reincarnation theory, thoughts create reality concepts, or whatever is happening is always happening for the best by going back and connecting the dots. And understanding the temporary nature of this illusionary nature, because everything is created through the mind. If I change the meaning, I'm done. If I hold on to the person lost in my life, then I hold on to it forever. And I hold on to it forever, and then I put so much stress in the body, it causes so many illnesses, and everything is gone. Whereas if I change the meaning and say, life is continuum is there. Relationships are very temporary in nature, that I've set them up. That's why we have to read these books called Conversation with God. We have to study Adi Shankaracharya. Everything we have to study. Nitya, Anitya, Viveka, Vicharo. Adi Shankaracharya. Nitya, Anitya, Viveka, Vicharo. Means go on inquiry. What is real? What is not real? What is permanent? What is impermanent? Go on inquiring. Forever, repeat, repeat, repeat. That's what his knowledge is about. The alignment is essential. So acceptance is fundamental. Of course, our meditation is helping us to disengage from the past. It'll help us. Past events which I've been holding on to, it'll help us to disengage from it. It's great. So then it'll help us to get into the acceptance quicker. It gives us two things. One, it helps us to forget unwanted past. And then second, it helps us to experience our connection to the whole, something that we are beyond the body, that we are this infinite, we are this unlimited. So as we gain this experience and as we forget the past, then we're in a great position to be able to take and accept. Why? One side, we are slowly forgetting, our memories are getting fuzzy about the unwanted stuff. It doesn't serve us anymore. And other side, it is helping us to experience and say, hey, you're much more. So you don't worry, you can always create more. It's all on you. And so the spiritual alignment, there is these limiting emotions, which are like our hidden truths that we don't even realize, that we work and operate that way. Guilt. We operate for years with a guilt consciousness. A father who could not get very successful in a business and then sees children potentially having struggled through and feels guilty that he has done something greatly wrong for the whole lifetime, saying that I did not do it right. Not recognizing in law of reincarnation and karma theory that everybody is coming with their own plan and design. Tell me. Everyone comes with their own plan and design. If Aham Brahmasmi and Tattvamasi means I am the consciousness, you are the consciousness, then who is lower? Which God is supporting which God? Which God needs to take care of which God? If everybody is consciousness and everybody is same infinite intelligence, then does it in any way indicate that you are supposed to be taking care of somebody else's life? Everyone comes with their own choice of experience. It is exactly the opposite way. We go on giving unsolicited advice, unsolicited support, and we go on interfering with somebody's life, thinking that this is the way they also need to live their life, the way we thought his life is, and that's how we go on the telling and then pushing people to live. Guilt is an emotion. Now, these limiting emotions, if you're carrying, that means you've got a lot of limitations, where our understanding is limited in nature. The limiting beliefs, the limiting factors are the ones which are not making us coherent. The doubt comes in, the uncertainty comes in, the fear comes in. They all are the limiting factors. The limiting factors are recognized very quickly by having what you see as these limiting emotions. One is poor self-esteem, always thinking that I don't recognize our greatness, easily give ourselves away. Oh, I'm so stupid, I'm just piece of stuff. I don't know why I do this all the time. Poor self-esteem. I don't know. I don't know enough. I can't speak well, and I'm just not a good person. Many things. Poor self-esteem, always criticizing, judging. If that is the mentality, that means we have a lot of limitations we got to work through, dear friends. Guilt is another one. Going on, feeling guilty. If you align to our dreams, and then we are pursuing a career, pursuing a project, and because of it, let's say you're not able to give adequate time to the family, and so we start feeling guilty because society expects you to give all the time to the family. In reality, we are here to experience our life greatly with support from everybody. Now it's become the other way. We are here to experience our life greatly, and then everybody around, our family, friends, everybody around are there to support us in fulfilling our dream. And so we're here to support them in fulfilling their dream. But then we take ourselves out of the equation and we say it's always them. If that is your dream, then do it. But that's not your dream. Your dream is something else. We got to first fulfill our dreams for dharma. And so, dear friends, so poor self-esteem, guilt, where because we are now go on thinking that I need to give time to the family, but I'm pursuing my dreams, so they're telling me, so I feel guilty all the time. Throughout the lifetime, you're operating with a guilt consciousness. Am I doing right? I'm not taking care of enough of my family. Everybody takes care of themselves. Recognize you are in a family in a situation like that must be because there must be enough independence developed into the people in your family. That's the kind of design they chose and they came. So they need to rise up to that design that they chose. There's no one size fits all. Guilt. shame, loss, fear of loss, that no, something I'm going to lose all the time. Victim mentality, that no, so people are just doing this to me. I'm the victim. I'm unlucky. Everybody overpowers me. I don't have enough power. Victim mentality, constantly become helpless in life. Lack consciousness. I don't have enough. All the time, saying that I don't have enough. They have 100 people in their family. They still feel that you're not giving me adequate love. I don't have enough. There are people who don't even have a single person in their life. No parents, nobody. They're okay. But here we have like a big family, and then I still feel something is missing. Constantly look for the lack, not what you have. That half glass full, glass empty concept. Gratitude helps us to look at it. So having that lack consciousness constantly, I don't have it. I must get it because I don't have it. Separation, that losing identity. A lot of times we hold on to companies, people, because they're hidden that no, I am what I am only if I'm around that thing. Our identity is there by associating ourselves with a person or a family or a race or a culture and people. Otherwise, we don't have identity. Today's wisdom note will talk about this, but if we are feeling, if you have got any of these limiting emotions, that our emotion is reflected here in the heart suddenly. And our meditation helps us to recognize what emotions we're going through because it builds a lot of awareness. And you must take action. When you feel these emotions, then you must take action and say, what is that? Means I've got some limitations. How do you overcome it? And please read through the wisdom note, but the only way to overcome any of these, dear friends, is to gain more and more wisdom. Our meditation help to identify, and so of course then we're working through to overcome by looking into the events that cause us to feel that way and increase our understanding. If quantum physics, the quantum field is understood, there is abundance for everybody. Where is the question of lack? There is abundance for everybody. We feel abundant or not is here, not with the reality, because the person earning 1,000 rupees is abundant per month. 1,000 rupees salary is also feeling abundant, feeling happy. It's all here. A person, no matter how much they earn, they feel still lack. It's here in two ways, because either we are too egoistic, or all my friends are this level, I'm not able to be that level, so too egoistic, have an image, or there's too much fear, what will happen to life. The two things, too egoistic or too much fear. Wisdom will help us to understand the perspective difference. We're all the same stuff. Nobody is higher, nobody is lower. Every experience is same. Nothing is superior, nothing is inferior in terms of experiences. Nobody is higher. Me teaching in any way doesn't mean that it's a greater experience than somebody wanting to experience a car. Nothing is. It's what they want to experience. Shubha, Ashubha Parityagi in Bhagavad Gita. Shun good stuff and Ashubha, both are same. Transcend those. Stop judging, labeling. So, dear friends, all of this, as we understand, by listening and reading and then experimenting into our life, then we start recognizing that yes, it is me who is holding on to these labeling and then holding on to many of these events. And so I resist. We develop acceptance, then we become coherent. All these emotions means that we're not accepting our situations. Those core emotions that are there means we don't accept our situation. So they reflect that we've got something to work on. That's the idea of this. Let's go into meditation, dear friends. We'll have a little brief of meditation. We have people, we've got leaders sharing today. Sai, Kripa Saga, and Rajiv Agrawal are going to share post of meditation with their experience of meditation. So it's good to listen in to see how they're accepting in life, or their perspectives of life, ever since they came into meditation and spirituality. So relax yourself, sit comfortably, relax your body. We are practicing breath mindfulness meditation. Our goal is to go into empty states of mind. And the goal of this meditation is to be reducing the thoughts in the mind and go into empty states. We do that by observing our normal natural breath. As you see in the picture, sit down, eyes closed, fingers into fingers, hands comfortably rested in your lap. Observe your normal natural breath. Slowly, you're going to empty states of mind, and then you may experience sensation. Be with it. Whatever you experience in this meditative state of emptiness, observe it, don't interpret it. In case you have thoughts, bring your attention back to the breath and observe again. We're doing this for a long time, and then towards the end, we express gratitude. We're normally doing heart elevation process. We will skip that for today. Relax yourself. Dear friends, dear masters, with your eyes closed, specs removed, fingers to fingers, hands comfortably rested in your lap. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. We are going into powerful group meditation. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to experience the emptiness inside of you, all around you. As you merge into your breath, allow yourself to experience that infinite depth of that emptiness spreading far and wide. That's energy. The quantum energy field of infinite possibilities. the longer you stay aware of this emptiness and blackness, the void, the more experiences you draw into your life. This is the field of unlimited, a field of unknown. The more you linger in this field of energy, the more miraculous you become. The more uncommon you experience. Allow yourself to stay connected to this emptiness, to this energy. If you find yourself distracted in thought, go back to observing your breath, dear friends. Merge into the emptiness of yourself. This is your greater self, consciousness, your awareness. The more you are in this field of emptiness, energy, the more you develop that inner knowingness.
You are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to the world.
Relax your body and let your autonomous nervous system repair your body.
You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are and all we do is a blessing to the. We are the heart, we are
Recollect your experiences from the session. How did you feel? What did you see? And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you may open your eyes. Okay, dear friends. Hope you enjoy the session. How many people feel we are a blessing to the world? Awesome. You feel we are a blessing to the world. No matter what is that thing, no matter what, we feel we are a blessing to the world. That is sufficient for us to become coherent, aligned with the field. And life will start changing. Without further delays, let's invite our masters who are here to share their perspective and wisdom. Our session will go till 7:45 a.m. official closing, India time. Friends, so let's, we have Rajiv ji and Sai. Can add them to the spotlight. Yes. Is Sai there?
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Morning. So we have with us Sri Rajiv Agrawal ji, who has got an enormous amount of experience in the global experience in realizing, fulfilling dreams for others in architecture field. And Rajiv has got rich experience. So I'll have Richa madam, we have invite him, and we'll listen to him first. And then we have Sai, who is my reflection, like a brother, like a friend, like a family, like master everything that we've been growing together in this spiritual journey, and has a rich experience of corporate and spiritual side both. So we will have together today. We share. Sumanji wanted to share, but we're going to have you share another day, because we didn't realize. So since we had no, then we so we'll see depending on the time availability. Yes, and of course, Suman Agrawal ji is a great master, but we're going to listen to her depending on the time availability. But otherwise, thank you, ma'am, for joining. And so, Richa, can you please introduce Rajiv ji first?
Mr. Rajiv Agrawal is based in Delhi and has been practicing as an architect for last 45 years, designing universities, hospitals, condominiums, etc. Moreover, he has served as an international consultant to the World Bank for 33 years, working in various developing countries across all regions of the world. This includes challenging assignments in countries such as Afghanistan, Iraq, Somalia, etc. His meditation journey began approximately 25 years ago. For the past 4 months, he has been practicing meditation with Buddha CEO and has experienced many miracles in his journey. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Richa ma'am. And thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity to share my experiences. I'm really grateful to you. So as my meditation journey started about 28, 30 years back with my Guruji, who's a neurosurgeon who's renounced the world. So I have shared this earlier also. So for some of the masters here, it may be a replay, but I'll go through it quickly. So, I didn't really believe in all this. So my grandmother at that time, I was only about 30, 33, 34 years old. So she said, I'm going to this saint in Haridwar, so you come. And I said, no, I don't want to come. So she said, what's your problem? Your brother is going to drive the car and he's going to take you there. So I said, okay. I kind of decided to listen to her. So that normally from Delhi to Haridwar, those days it used to be 5-6 hours drive, and took us something like 10-11 hours that day. There was too much of fog. So we reached there, and he was sitting, lotus pose on the ground. I looked at him and I thought, what is the difference between him and me? We are same. He also has 2 eyes, 2 ears, 1 nose, 1 mouth, same as me. So I didn't bow to him like my brother and grandmother. I just said namaste. And he said, okay, how are you? And my reply to him was, I need to go back. So he said, why? I said, those days my Danish embassy building was under construction. So I said, the ambassador takes a meeting at 10 o'clock every Monday. So I have to be back. So he said, you leave at 5 o'clock, you'll reach home at 8:30, get ready, leave home at 9:30, you'll be in meeting by 10. So I said, what are you talking? There was so much of fog. So, I'll get late and I can't get late for this meeting. And I still remember his words 30 years back. And he said, there won't be any fog. So we came to our room in the ashram and I fought with my grandmother. So what is this man talking? He's saying there won't be any fog and I'll get late and this and that. So my grandmother said, you can say, you can scream, shout, whatever, but we leave at 5. So the same thing happened. We left at 5 and I was in time for the meeting. So, the analytical mind of me, it said, okay, maybe there was not to be a fog today. And that it so happened that next time again, after 2-3 weeks, my granny was going. So I went with her. This time he told me that, you have to do something spiritually also. And come to my room. He lives in a very meager, very minimal kind of a room. So he said, come to my room in the evening. So I went to his room at about 8 o'clock. And it started raining like hell outside. From his room to my room, which was about 20 meters away, we couldn't walk. It was raining so heavily. So that's probably one of the days when I spent maximum amount of time with him. So he told me how we are all interconnected, how the whole universe is connected, how things work in the universe, how things manifest. And I must admit, I did not really understand much of it. And he gave me some examples. We have a yagishala there. So he said, we were going to have a yag there. And he said, when I was walking around, there was a creeper, thorny creeper. And he thought that this thorny creeper will cause problem to the people when they are doing parikrama. And within 2 days, that creeper died. And he thought to himself that, there's something. Well, why did he think of this? He could have transplanted it. So like that, he said, you should sit in the morning. I started sitting. So after about 3, 4, 5 months, I had this kind of strange sensation. So instead of going to the office, I sat in the car and drove to Haridwar again. And I told him this is what happened. So he gave me Swami Paramahansa's example. And he said he told Vivekanandji that like you defecate in the morning and you flush. So you just think that you just flush it. And don't strive to get it. It will happen. Don't try to make it happen. So I just, started working on that. And then every time I would meet him, I'll ask him. And since I used to design all the buildings in all ashrams in India, so I used to go to the Haridwar ashram quite often, every 6 to 8 weeks. So every time I'll ask him, what next? So he said, sometimes he won't answer and then, he'll change the subject. And after about 8 years or so, I got a call from the ashram that Maharajji, we call him Maharajji, that Maharajji wants you to come on this date at this time. And that had never happened. He would always ask me, the manager will ask me, when can you come? He would never say, come on this date. So this time, come on this date. And I got scared. I thought these contractors had made mistakes or something has happened. So that's why I've been summoned. So I took the train, I bought the train ticket, reached Haridwar, and there he was at the entrance of the ashram. We have a big ashram. something like 70, 80 acres. So he was at the entrance and I bowed to him. And in the train, I was thinking, I don't know why he's called me. Everything is in order. I have spoken to all engineers, contractors. So I could have slept longer. It was a holiday I was getting after so many days. And friends, I reached there, I bowed to him, and he repeated verbatim everything that was in my mind. Each and every sentence the way I was thinking. And then he said, okay, I have to give you the next step. So let's go to the room. And he told me the next step, which just took about 30, 40 seconds. And then again, the same thing. And then the third step, he told me after another 8, 9 years back. And 3, 4 years back, he told me that you have to now create a relationship between yourself and him. I told him that, I think of you. And he said, I am nothing. Just think of him and create a relationship with him. And then luckily, I got to join this intensive manifestation program with Chandra sir. And in the first session itself, number of things that you said, they made different blocks fall in place. And, there's only energy. So then I realized that the first time the sensation I had was probably some kind of a energy sensation. And since it was very new to me, so I kind of couldn't understand what it is. And I went to him. So anyway, so this meditation thing started, and I was very fortunate to join your manifestation sessions, 3-day session. And it gave a structure to my meditation. It gave structure to my thinking. And it made the whole thing look very meaningful. And like you say many times in your sessions that you can connect the dots. So I'm now also able to connect a lot of dots. So I share some manifestation examples, which my Guruji Maharaji also told me how to go about them. And with you, I have learned about them in depth. So what happened was, like any architect, I also started my career designing small houses and, things like that. And of course, I dreamt of doing big buildings. So suddenly I get a call from GSS Mahavidyapeeth from in Mysore that they say it's about it's about 24 years back, that there is a design competition to design a university and we want to do it with you. So I said, now entering competitions means money. So I don't have that kind of money. So they said, how much will it cost? So I said about 3.5 lakhs of rupees, because those days you had to make models, wooden models and things like that, which you don't need anymore now. So they said, okay. Then next day they sent the money. And I had designed, biggest building I had designed was 1,000 yards, 2,000 yards. And then suddenly the 65-acre site, I sat down to make a building, and my first design, the one college that I designed was going out of the site, and we had to design 11 such colleges. So I said, man, what are you doing? So my Guruji used to go to Himalayas to meditate between November and March. So I sat down, I started thinking and meditating as to what should I do? What should be the answer to this problem? And very, very strange things happened. After 3 days, those were the days when the computers were not so prevalent. So we used to make cardboard pieces of buildings and then see how they work on the site. So I asked the girl, a trainee girl, that, okay, you cut these pieces and cut a couple of pieces, bring it. She brought, and then I said, okay, it looks okay, bring some more. So she brought some more. And masters, this university, Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University in Delhi, got its shape in half an hour. I still cannot believe it. And suddenly I saw, oh, the university is there. And those were the days when you would get your, architect friends to come in the evening and discuss your project. So my friends would come in the evening and they will say, oh, move the road here, move the building like that, do this, do that. And end of the day, same layout, same everything. So we made the design and we made the drawings and submitted. So it was an international competition and international jury. And they selected 5 schemes out of 35. And they gave their comments. And the comment on our scheme was that our road area is too much, so we should adjust that. So all that we did was just lifted the buildings, put the parking inside, and that's all we did. And again, the same scheme. And there we got the first prize. And we told GSS that, okay, very good, let's sign a partnership contract. So we signed that. The second stage, when we selected, so GSS gave us 3 lakhs. So they gave us total 6.5 lakhs. First prize money was 7 lakhs. So we gave it to them. And when we signed the contract, Council of Architecture raised an issue that an architect cannot be a partner with a non-architect. That's the law of India, which I did not. So I went to all senior architects in the country, spoke to them, this and that. So they said, we can't help you. Then again, we sat and meditated and as to what should I do? And a flash came that why don't you go and meet the Swamiji of GSS Vidyapith? So I sought an appointment, went there, and I entered the room and I said, Swamiji, you are a saint and I will leave this room happy. That's all I can tell you. And I said that you cannot do this project because you are not an architect. We cannot do it together because I'm not allowed and I did not know this. So if you kind of leave the project in my favor, at the age of 38, 39, I'll have a 700, 800 crore project. And he called the secretary and he sent, in those days we used to have faxes. So he sent a fax. And from that day, my life changed completely. Now, when I saw the whole case, I didn't have the money. Somebody came and gave me the money. Council of Architecture, and I returned the money in the form of prize money. And then Council of Architecture raised the issue and they withdrew in my favor. And I became the architect at that age who was probably designing the biggest public university that was happening in India. So then after the first phase of that got completed, one of my very good friends an artist friend who makes sets for Mani Ratnam, he's now renounced the world. He's only meditating. So he will sometimes call me and say, I'm coming to Delhi and we'll meditate. So he came and he said, show me your building. So I took him there. And the best compliment I got from him was, he got off the car and he said, Rajiv, it is not a set of buildings, it is a song. So that really, I haven't done it. Many times I go to that site, that building, and I wonder, how did I think of it? How did I do what I had done? So we used to, after that, get shortlisted for most of the university projects. So we did another one called Punjab Technical University. Yeah, probably I'm talking too long.
No, it's great. So Rajivji, I think the message is, if you are in alignment, things that happen for you in your favor. Is that the core message, that you are meditating and you're in alignment with surrender, and then things would happen automatically.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you wonderfully for narrating in manifestation event. If you connect the dots, okay, it's all there for us, that how positive, how surrender that we are, and then things are happening, how accepting we are. And you also said something like you had a flash. And so those are the messages, the flash of wanting to go and meet somebody. These happen. You just need to be able to recognize and be aware of recognizing them. In the interest of time, let's invite Sai Rajivji. So thank you very much. Yes, Sri Chandra. You're on mute.
Sorry. Dr. Sai Kripasagar is an accomplished technology business leader and a longtime meditator. He held the position of Vice President Digital Engineering at global IT services company Cognizant till recently. Sai was instrumental in establishing several technologies practices there. In his career of 30 years in the IT services industry, Sai has held several roles from developer to software architect to business leader and has worked in India, North America, UK, and Europe. Sai holds degree in computer science and a PhD in international business. Having gone through an extraordinary transformation in his personal and professional life due to the daily practice of meditation, Sai has undertaken the task of spreading the magic of meditation as a primary side hustle. Sai has been practicing meditation for 20 plus years now and is managing trustee of Pyramid Valley International and actively supports several meditation projects of PSSM and is currently running a software company called Quantum Coherence Technologies as CEO. We welcome you again, sir.
Wonderful. Good morning, dear friends. Good evening to people outside of India. So thank you, Rajiv ji, for that very motivating and inspiring sharing of your experience. Yeah, we'd love to hear more of it. And especially when things happen beyond the rational mind, it's all magic for us. And we call it miracles, right? I think like Rajiv, you were talking about a lot of things, and same with most of us, same with me, more in a corporate world or a personal life as well, a lot of miracles. But then when we tell the masters, just like I used to tell Patriji, who's my Guruji, and thanks to Chandra for introducing or connecting us. When I used to tell, oh, this is a magic, this is a miracle happened, Patriji used to smile. And then later I came to know these are the things that are supposed to happen. And they are like the science of universe or life. But we block it. We think those are magic. So those magic and miracles are what's supposed to happen all the time to us when we are in that state. But unfortunately, we seem to be blocking a lot of things out through our thinking. And that is exactly where I want to start my experience sharing. The reason I got into meditation almost 28 years ago was to see or to silence my very, very chatty mind. Just like any middle class kid who was brought up on sayings like, okay, so you have to study hard, you have to work hard, you have to have a good job, right? Only then people will treat you well, you'll have to have the right amount of money. So all these things, all this programming, which we call today, happened several years ago by my mom and dad and the society around us and the teachers around us. Every time you do something, you are very conscious of what we are doing, what we are talking, right? That's how it was. And then my first job was in Noida, and some of you probably know, it's home to Maharishi Mahesh Yogi's ashram. And because of that influence, they're teaching a lot of transcendental meditation. So as I was doing my first software job, I happened to get a pamphlet of this meditation, went and learned. So they give a small mantra, non-personal mantra. So you'd be practicing it for 20 minutes. So I used to do that. A lot of my colleagues were not very exposed to all that. They think, oh my God, Sai is sleeping. So every time they see me in the morning and evening, they're sleeping on the sofa. So it happened. But then slowly, initial thing I noticed was the focus. I was able to at least get some ideas, get some clarity into what I was doing. We're doing compiler development 30 years ago. But still, as I continued the practice, as part of my journey, I landed at Microsoft, working with a team, writing compilers at Microsoft in Redmond, in Seattle area, US. And that is where my meeting through a common friend with Chandra happened, Chandra and his family. So at that time, yes, Chandra was working in a nearby place, and we were in Seattle. So we used to meet a couple of times probably there. And not much talk out there, but through a common friend, one of our common friends, very young, one of my friend's wife, in fact, she became very close to my wife and Chandra's wife. So she came up, she had this thing of cancer, and she vacated her body after 1.5 years of delivering a baby, a girl baby. And that was when all of us were young and we were thinking, oh my God, why this happens? That is when I started reading. That is when we start having those questions. Why do these things happen to people, right? And then those again were adding to my thoughts, world of thoughts. And around that time is when my first introduction to New Age English spiritual book. Prior to that, used to read some of the Indian books and Bhagavad Gita. First New Age spiritual book was Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. And I read that as soon as it was very miraculous that I happened to get a copy of that book that time. But then I read through that and it all talked about the present moment, right? How being in the present moment happens. And when I read through it, I said, oh, wonderful. So this is what I was missing, right? So you always keep thinking about the past, thinking about the future, thinking about how other people talk about or think about you. So why don't I be in the present moment? Focus, focus, focus. The book was amazing. As long as you read the book, it was wonderful. But then when you started practicing it, that is where things didn't matter. And it took me a lot of years, maybe 20, 25 years to be realizing more moments of being in the present moment. And the way it happened was through meditation. Meditation allowed me to silence the mind, right? And that is what happens. And again, as my emphasis always been on the practice, we all call meditation is not a technique, meditation is a practice. And till date, I mean, I don't think I missed any day without meditating for the last several, I mean, a lot, 10 or 15 or 20 years. Even when I am traveling, at least 10 minutes of just closing my eyes, being with the breath really helped me. And just like some of us runners, when we don't run a day, we feel a bit jittery. That is what happens when you don't close your eyes and then get your focus onto your breath. And you can clearly catch it. Even yesterday was one such day. And we had, I mean, someone was visiting us and then late sleep and then early waking up. I couldn't meditate properly. But then 10 minutes after I went to work, 10 minutes of just observing your breath, we do. In fact, at work, and that's a wonderful practice some of you should be following. So we have this daily status meeting. In fact, incidentally, the company that we all work on together, right? Me, Rakesh and Chandra is also involved in that. We do the daily stand-up meeting. And prior to the daily stand-up meeting, we do 15 minutes of meditation. 15 minutes meditation and then 15 minutes of stand-up meeting where we do that. And that meditation helped me yesterday. So that 10 minutes going into it, again, we use one of the guided meditation of Chandra. So that is all. So it could be traveling to Bangalore airport when I was working at Cognizant. It could be in the flight. I've done several times in the flight because on the way to the airport, you're on call sometimes. So 10 minutes minimum. And then every day, my routine is 50 minutes, 52 minutes to 1 hour. I do it right in the morning before 6 a.m. So that really helps. So there are a couple of instances. I mean, I know I'm conscious of time as well. So I want to highlight a couple of instances where this really helped. Number one, as a young professional, young software professional, when we are starting to work with teams with other nationalities, especially when I was working at Microsoft, right? So you always have these people from the native local folks, and then we have people from India, right? And one of the things that was always super conscious in the incorrect term is what will other people think about my English? How do I deliver? Am I delivering it right? My grammar is right or not, right? So that was one of the things. And then when you go into the status meetings, you prepare these points, 3 or 4 points, and then talk about it. So every time we do that, there is always used to be a lot of 100 thoughts per second in my mind. So am I telling it right? So you're always preoccupied with your thinking more than in that moment talking about it. And so there's several instances where you finish your status update, and then someone asks you a question, you are not in the frame of mind to immediately answer, right? And then someone prompts you. That is because I was thinking about, okay, my delivering the right status update, right? So there was a dramatic change as I continued my practice of meditation, right? And now that was before. And now, anytime you get into a meeting, even at Cognizant a few years ago, you get into a meeting with absolute calmness in the mind. I no longer worry. I no longer worry about this is what this, even with client meetings. So I no longer worry about this is what it is. That calmness happened not cognitively, but it was more, it happened implicitly, right? So it happened through the power of meditation. And that was the reason I initially started learning meditation. It was more as a way to control my thoughts, as a move to silence my mind. And being in the meeting, there were several instances, being in the meeting, I was able to spontaneously respond to a lot of questions. And then I came to know, why did I even think so much? Why did I even have to plan so much to answer questions? They're coming up spontaneously. Now we know a lot of wisdom. I'm sure Chandra is covering a lot of those, right? So that intuition that automatically brings you the wisdom. We are all have that innate wisdom in our existence. The only thing is that cloud or wall of thoughts used to prevent us. So so that was the calming part of it. So one other thing I want to kind of talk about, which I still think some very, very similar to what Rajiv was talking about. So in my corporate job, we do a lot of client presentations. And in my practice, I was leading or built the practice of cloud technologies way back in 2012, 2013 for Cognizant. One such meeting was in the US, visiting a insurance client in East Coast, and it was a 1-hour presentation. And we had to, obviously, we prepared several slides and wanted to go and talk about it. And already the account manager came and warned me this particular client stakeholder is very tough nut to crack. Every time we wanted to have a meeting, the meeting did not go beyond 15 minutes. He always used to bombard us with questions. So I said, okay, I mean, what can I do? I have a meeting scheduled today, and then I need to go and present. So like we do in corporates, we overwork on the slides. Every slide, you have to talk about the slide, the words, and this is the message that you need to deliver, typical rational thinking, right? And we do it. I go into the meeting, and there are 3 client stakeholders and some of our team. And I go sit there and then ask him, here is what we want to cover today. This is what I believe you're expecting from us. And immediately he said, yeah, we want to do it, but here is another topic, more about security of the cloud and how it helps us. How do they implement those privacy concerns, right? And he talked about it. He said, we want to know about it. And I was, for a minute, I was like stunned, right? I mean, yes, that's a good topic, but then I didn't have any slides for me to cover. And I also didn't have too much of points. So then I said, yeah, so obviously we didn't come prepared for that, but anyway, let me talk about from an experience. And then I went to the whiteboard, started talking a lot of things, explaining things, and it was a wonderful conversation. All I could remember is, still don't remember what I spoke about in that meeting, right? But it was wonderful conversation, wonderful engagement, absolutely in the moment. Later when you do it, 60 minutes over, we all ended the meeting and then went back. So I was still thinking what happened in that meeting. And then as we stepped out of the meeting, went into the coffee place, the account manager got some feedback. He came running to me, Sai, this is the first time the client has spoken or appreciated our presentation. And he was saying, why did you not get this guy 3 months ago when we had this problem? I had to talk to so many people to do that. Right, and he said we cracked it in there. Ultimately, the client stakeholder became one of our good guys, and then he gave us the project that we intended to get it. Right, but still, I didn't know what happened, and that later I come to know that is what we call as a flow state or engaged state or immersion state. Right. So again, alluding to Rajiv's point as well. So first step, it helped me silence the mind, stop what we want to stop the internal chatter. And then once we do it, one of the reasons I found why we are not able to silence the mind is what will happen? What should I do? Right? So what will I do later? So I need to be prepared for the next moment, for the next day, for the next year. But What some of these instances help me realize is you don't need to prepare for that. You prepare for the present moment, automatically things will happen. And then again, there are several miraculous instances that I keep quoting in several of my experience sessions where things happen. And as things continue to happen, we get confidence in trust in the process of meditation, in the process of what we are doing. And then similarly, a lot of books, lot of wisdom topics. Again, Patriji used to hand over some things. And again, Mind to Matter, which Chandra brought to light for most of PSSM, that helped shed a lot of input. Several books. And every time I had a question, I didn't have to worry. I just go in, either go to my email. There used to be an email with a link to a book, and then I just go and read that book. My answer comes. Sometimes I go to Patriji with an answer in my mind. He automatically, even before I tell my question, he gives me a book, and then incidentally, the answer to the book happens. So, my friends, my only my only request is the yogic system, the neuroscience, the Buddhist system. All of them had these answers since long. And the only thing that we need to follow is have trust in the process, do our daily practice of a ritual of meditation, or whatever spiritual practices most of you follow. For me, meditation has been that thing that calmed my mind, cleansed me out of those fears of anxiety of the future, right? And also helped me connect to my intuition and wisdom. There are several cases where I walked out of some business meetings, right, and not doing a deal because I didn't feel it right, which in the end turned out to be right. Though initially people would say, "Hey, Sai, how can you walk out of that deal? It would have got our numbers, it would have made our profitability and all that." But in the end, what matters is it works. Things work, and then just the trust in the process. And every regular practice or whatever practice we are doing, for me it is meditation, for me it's reading books and sharing experiences, and that's what happened. And with that, let me conclude. Thank you, Chandra. Chandra has been connecting, the glue. He brought me connected to Patriji, connected to the PSSM. And meditation is something a lot of practitioners do, but what helped me more was that wisdom. Meditation helped me clarify or calm the mind, but these answers, most of my answers, I didn't get like a flash like what Raji just told in meditation, but then it made me more open to the wisdom that came through books and other experiences. So that, thank you, Chandra, for the life I am leading right now, and you and your family have been awesome in kind of changing millions of lives. I know you're doing this with Buddha CEO, and we are doing this with Quantum Coherence, and thanks for all the opportunities. And thank you, Buddha CEO team, for this wonderful opportunity.
Thank you, Sai. We are all Buddha CEO team. It's so essential for anyone in our corporate lives, in our personal lives, to be staying away from the past. Our future is driven by a lot of past. So the past is disengaged, then automatically the future is, worries are gone. The past is disengaged. And so that Power of Now book that Sai talked about, such a powerful book that must be read and read and read and read. Power of Now is such a powerful book. So Sai and spontaneity. There is something called just-in-time planning. We go on planning for where it is required to be planned only a week before, we plan months before. We need to go into this just-in-time planning. We'll figure this out. As we go along, how do you figure it out? The more we meditate, the more that intuition, that feeling will tell you it's not necessary to bother about right now. Just go. That will develop that strength of intuition, or that inner voice. That it's again, a lot of times is revealed through our feeling. You try to do a planning too early, unnecessarily, you're doing a rehearsal unnecessarily, it's going to tell you right here, okay, you're wasting your time. It'll give you a different feeling, a low feeling. That's an indication for you to just step away from that activity. There is too much of planning, overthinking, rehearsal after rehearsal. I have done that too. I had done that too, to a lesser extent in my life. But of course, we've been pushed, and especially in a larger organization, we pushed to review and rehearse and rehearse and rehearse, because the only thing we knew was a mind-based training. So they were right at that moment. But then when you have the connection to this intelligent force, which is sort of revealing, saying that, hey, I see like a lighthouse, I see the bigger picture. So don't worry too much about it, I'll sort of navigate you. So if that intelligent trust is there into this intelligence, then we release ourselves of this pressure to prepare and prepare and prepare. And so, Sai, thank you for bringing those examples. That's what makes people come into meditation, life lighter. Life becomes lighter, not because we are escaping out of it, because we stopped worrying about it. We stopped planning about it. We stopped overthinking about it. So it becomes lighter, right? So suddenly life becomes lighter for us. And so we start naturally going to present moment. The moment is lighter, that we are in the present moment. So they're all very connected, that this beautiful, simple meditation is doing. Sai is doing breath by breath program, and regularly from Pyramid Valley International. So must go and then attend this program. Very scientific, very systematic. He does that 2-week program, breath by breath. And then he holds a week-long stillness retreat program. We are doing, Buddhasi was doing now after this 40 days, 2-day manifestation, and then a 6-day advanced meditation retreat, which is sort of helping us to connect into the realm of wholeness and oneness. And so the stillness program, which is a 5 or 6-day retreat, a week-long retreat, is helping us go deep into ourselves. And he is always holding it at Pyramid Valley, is a definite one of the next steps for senior meditators to do the stillness program in Valley with him. So a lot of work that we are doing, and he's doing with Pyramid Valley International as a managing trust. An amazing job is done. Thank you, Sai, for taking it up. And life is meaningful when we take up, and then he's done enormous work in 20, 21, 22, 23, 4 years. Pyramid Valley International is where it is, and it increases so much of footfall. So many people come, so many programs happen because of his dedicated, committed effort. I'm sure it is a lot more meaningful to him, equally meaningful than the previous 25 years that he's carried his work life everywhere. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of learnings in the last 4 years than before. And again, thanks to you and the rest of the team who laid the platform. All I had to do was get people in there and run the programs when we couldn't do the in-person things as well. So thanks. I mean, it's a great opportunity, a lot of learnings.
Thank you, Sai. Thank you, Rajiv. So friends, we have these two masters here. If you have any questions to them, so please do raise in the chat. We have a few more minutes till 8 o'clock. If anybody has questions, you can ask. And or you want them to elaborate a little bit on something they've talked about, so do ask. And those of you plan time only till that time, feel free to leave. Thank you very much. Sundays, we're going to do long meditations. And so tomorrow will be a long meditation. This whole week, we learned about manifestation process. So we put it together, and then I do a nice long meditation around manifestation. We say this. We are not, the whole process of meditation is to not get attached to experiences, but not renounce experiences. I want to make sure that we're not renouncing life here. Until the last breath, we are here and now, and then we've got a purpose, we're going to do it. That concept that, okay, we go into sannyasa ashram means we renounce everything and go something, not at all. That is a misconception. There's nothing to renounce. We all have a purpose. So until the last breath, we are going to continue to create things. The choices we make are going to be more and more righteous. That's all it is. And so meditation helps us to become the co-creator, to create, but righteously, right choices, right? But not to renounce something. And the renouncing means that we're wasting our precious moments in life. So we're taking the path to become more conscious in our choices. And then, of course, we are going to be the creators to continue. So that's where the manifestation helps. When you say manifestation, we are always aligning to the right causes, our right desires, which become our needs are, the right desires, and then we manifest on it. So we're going to do a meditation tomorrow on that process again. So thank you very much. Yes, questions? Nisha, madam.
Thank you. Thank you, Rajiv sir and Sai sir for sharing the inspirational stories. We have Shatabdi Talbar. Please ask your question.
Am I audible?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, my question is, as you have explained, that there will be intuitions with a very good practice of meditation, there will be intuitions. But how did you define that, whether it is a overthinking or it's an intuition? Because there are, as we know, there are a lot of thoughts coming into our mind. But sometimes I have avoided a lot of thoughts by simply focusing on breath, and I did something else. But later I realized that maybe I would have done that better, so I would be experience some things better. So how did you? Yes, exactly. What is the intuition is all about?
Yeah, so I think there's this general confusion, Aman. I think your question is, you get a lot of thoughts. How do I know that thought is from intuition, or was it my mind telling me? Yes, that's a good question. So to me, for me personally, what helped was it's more the feeling, right? So obviously mind keeps chattering a lot, and then it's more logic-based, analysis-based. But for me, intuitions are more about feeling. So I feel that sense of feeling, and it's about trust. And that is what all the intuition books talk about, right? When you have that feeling that something is good, something is bad, something is the right way to do, you have to proceed that way and then trust the process. Again, there, once we start involving our mind, then we start questioning and doubting, right? And which is again one part of the manifestation step. So you feel, and that is where again, meditation allowed me to move more from my mind to my heart, right? The feeling. Otherwise, you'll always be feeling what you're thinking. And once we let go of thinking, we'll feel what is needed at that point of time to do it. So my intuition to me was more about listening to my feelings.
To have another question that how did you have a very full-fledged experience in your field? So how did you handle the regrets? Because there are some situations that that are confusing. That because we are finding solutions always. So if there are any regrets, then how did you manage that situation?
I'll give this question to Rajiv sir.
Yeah, thanks. Well, that's a very important question, very good question. And, the regrets after you start meditating seem to disappear. You seem to accept, like Chandra sir said, the last part of the manifestation is to accept. And when once you start accepting, then there are no regrets. So then there are only ways forward. So this is how I kind of practice, and this is what I have done. And this is what has helped me in many times in my life. Thank you.
So let me add on to that, right? I think, thank you, Rajiv. I think we need to increase our understanding of life. We need to increase the process of creation. That's what helped me. In the year 2005, as I was just reading and learning many of these books, and so, we read it. We already read. If you read Conversation with God, you read it, that you are the consciousness. So will God make a mistake? The question is, this intrigued me. Will God make a mistake? So if his answer is no, then you say, why are you punishing yourself or regretting of saying that, oh, I did this or no, that did that? That got me thinking again and again. So what's the way here? Things happen, stuff happens, but then you recognize there is maybe some learning from it. You learn from it and then move on, get on with the life, than to go on thinking about it. Because truly elevate yourself to be that. In every given moment, we are that consciousness. We just have that mask that is covering us to think we are this limited self. And we need to elevate our understanding towards it. So the more meditation, more of this understanding will help us to elevate. Now, the second part of it, regret breeds new regretful experiences, because thoughts create reality. Feelings manifest stuff. So the moment I recognized it, and I said, it was my resolution of 2004 New Year, or 2005 New Year. I said, this year, I'm going to practice on this particular point alone, that regret, no regret. because creating more regretful experience to me in my life. So I worked on it. These are the mindful practices. Meditation helps us to become more mindful so we can implement it. But while we also actively, until we get there, take on some of these practices. Write it down, a board or something. This is what I'm looking at. Tell family and friends, hey, in case I'm ever regretting going back and talking in an old memory lane, so point to me. Help me to point to me so that I can correct that and I can remember myself. Some of these can help. Right, but regret breeds new regretful experiences, and then we are consciousness doing our best at any given moment. We got to recognize that we are doing our best at every given moment. Tell me, who does not want to do their best? Is there anybody who says, no, I don't want to do my best? Is there anybody? Fundamentally, as a nature of us, we always want to do our best. Is that we do not have adequate knowledge, and so we do certain actions. Sometimes they're not in line with what we want or what others want, against others' feelings. We just don't have adequate knowledge. So hence we do it. So what is the way? We increase our knowledge. And so automatically we develop the strength to overcome the regret. We develop the strength to not regret.
Thank you for all of you. That's really a wonderful explanation, and it really is giving me a very good direction to think further. Thank you so much.
Awesome, Shadabdi ma'am. On the intuition, how do you know what's the message? And I would like to add on to Sai. So here is a few things. Anything that is least expected, what Sai said, feelings are the way to connect. When something comes, you have a stronger and stronger connection, feeling that this is right. You don't even think of other options. We call it gut feel. We call that feeling from the heart. That is it. Now, another way to look at it is anything that is least expected. So you're cooking, and suddenly something comes. Or in your meditation, suddenly something that's very unrelated. Think about it. Don't push it aside and say, in a normal situation, you push it aside. Oh, I should be on cooking. Why is this some phone call that I must make to someone is coming to me? Don't brush it aside. Take that as a point. And not then, but at least take that as a point. Awareness is required. Meditation will build awareness to take everything that comes. In your meditation, if the first flashes that come are any least expected stuff is happening in your meditation, right? So what is the least expected? You're flying in a rocket. Do you hallucinate and flying in a rocket? Probably not, right? You're seeing Nikola Tesla. Is that something you thought about? Probably not. So things that are completely unexpected, that you are least expected, things are happening. So those are more than likely are definite messages. Not to say that things are about your current issue that you're thinking are not messages, but definitely things that are least expected are messages. Your first flashes are messages. Now, in your meditation experience, suddenly a flash of somebody comes. Then try to latch on to the first image, first flash, first thing that happened. Subsequently, we start deriving a lot of thought out of it. So go back to connect and say, what is that first thing? The best thing is in shopping, you go, and then invariably, you'll go and then like one dress, you pick it up, then after the mind is telling, no, I'm putting 5,000 rupees, I got to do choice 2, choice 3, choice 4, choice 6. You'll go on looking many things. Finally, you'll come back and say the first one is good. Many a times. Please go and then understand it. Okay. What is required, our soul is always telling, we just have to latch onto that first and then be ready to surrender. Meaning, even though you're spending 5,000 rupees, that's still best. How confident you are, how much you are believing your intuition that what is right for you is coming right at the first moment, so you don't waste another 1 hour of time. We have to develop that strength to do that kind of efficient shopping, right? So these are the messages that are going to come. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have Hari Nataraj ji. Please ask a question. Hari Nataraj.
Morning, sir.
Yeah.
Today.
No pictures. Everybody is off the screen.
Today I'm afternoon coming to your meditation program, sir. Workshop.
That's great. I look forward to seeing you.
Yes, sir. I am doing 40 days meditations also. I like Patriji's songs, J.O. songs also, sir.
I like too.
Yes, sir.
We all like.
Yeah. Today we'll meet, sir.
Thank you. Yes. I'm in Chennai, so those who are in Chennai, so please come to Bharati Vidya Bhavan. It'll be good to meet you.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Thank you. Shreya Nandi ji.
Can you have your video on, madam?
Hello, sir. Hello, good morning. Am I audible?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. My question is, like, we are learning manifestation. Like, there shouldn't be any space and time while manifesting. So my question is that, does that mean we shouldn't have a target date or time to fulfill our goals? Does that mean that, because I'm having a little confusion in to understand that.
Yes, I will take this.
I'll pass it to you.
All right. Yes. So, we all have goals. So the goal, if you want to have a time in mind, you do. But the thing is, recognize that by having a time in mind, you're preventing for that to happen before, potentially. It can happen early. It can, of course, happen later. As long as you're not attached to the result of the goal, you can have any of the goals. As long as you're not attached to the result of the goal. Right? Why? Because we know the manifestation science is we know that what you ask will come as long as you continue to stay focused on it, will come. The question is it now, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, 10 days later, or 10 years later? Do you have that desire, passionate desire to wait for it? There are billions of events that are happening in the universe and the billions of combinations. So when yours is fulfilled, others are also getting fulfilled, just like a mother fulfills. 5 children's experiences, they all want something. And the mother is deciding eventually, yes, I want to satisfy that. The next is, I want to satisfy every child of mine. They may ask, one asks pizza, another asks burger, another asks something else. But the mother knows ultimately to satisfy and give an experience that is satisfying to them, not necessarily exactly. Now, she may take in 10 minutes, she may take half an hour and 1 hour, but she's going to figure it out a way to satisfy by giving something in between if so required, because otherwise the child won't wait for 1 hour. All right. So what I'm saying is that we ask, and then time frame, you leave it because it can come before, it can come after, right? Best is leave the time frame, but then if you are not in a moment of understanding that without time, how is it possible? Because I'm like really looking for next 3 months to happen. If you want to do that, do it, because you're just not there in terms of understanding that no time concept. It is okay. Have it, but then just don't feel saddened this thing that, hey, the time has passed, but it didn't happen. Okay, the time has passed, but it didn't happen. Time has passed, but it didn't happen doesn't mean that such stuff is not going to happen for you. It only means that you got to wait longer. It means if it is an admission thing, it's going to be next year. It's going to be 3 months later. Somebody withdraws the admission, you might get it still. So many possibilities exist. We just decide and say, oh, the admission, it didn't happen this year, it'll be only next year now. 1 year waste, so let me go and then join another university, because we're not passionate about having experience in that university or in that branch, in that thing. Right? We just think that way. And we give up too soon, too early. So the notion of time is an illusion concept. The notion of time is not necessarily manifestation, but if a heart does not agree to it, have it, doesn't matter. Figure out a way to not get attached to the timeline. Instead, develop your passion towards the experience that you want to have. Ask questions, how real it is that you are interested in, how much you care for that experience. If you do care, then you're going to wait however long it is. You're going to wait for it if you do care. And so then it's got to come into your life.
Thank you, sir. So I also have another question. That is, I am a very energetic kind of a person, like always bubbling up with energy. But with meditation, like now I'm more calm. Like it seems that I am in my resting phase, resting mode much of the time. Now I'm seeing that like I'm not being that much productive in my resting state when I'm in my calm mode. So I want, like, my intuition is saying that I want to be like a cold fire, like want to be calm also, because when I am bubbling up with energy, that comes with a lot of anxiety, that comes with a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of stress. But I'm really liking this calm state, this resting mode, and I want to be calm and be productive. Like I want to be like a cold fire. So, is there any solution to that?
Sai.
Yeah, good question, ma'am. So I think the only solution is continue the practice of meditation. Like you yourself mentioned, right? So you first meditation calms our mind, but doesn't mean that we rest with whatever we have, or it doesn't make us lazy. And that's one of the common things, right? Oh, all this wisdom, okay, no, I don't need to do anything. Intuition is going to work for me and all that stuff, right? So like you mentioned, in fact, meditation will make you be that fire or do that bubble up or what a high energy even a lot more better. Because as you said, as you continue a practice of meditation, that anxious thoughts, right, that anxiety will disappear. Once that anxiety that's occupying your space of consciousness disappears, it provides you a lot more room to enjoy every moment. You'll be a lot more bubbly, a lot more productive. And that's what we all found, right? One of the reasons for not being productive is that thoughts, that anxiety that you said. Oh, how will it happen? How will it turn out? What will happen? All that. So all that is gone. Now those additional bits of consciousness are available for us to spend on whatever we are doing. And that is why we keep saying for people who come and say, I don't have time for meditation. What we all discovered is as we continue the practice of meditation, we leave off space that used to be occupied by unnecessary thinking. And like Chandra was mentioning, regret breeds regret. I mean, there'll be other situations that might coming up. I personally felt it opens up space. There are a lot of instances in my career where I'm forced to solve a problem and I set aside time. But thankfully, before I get there to that my schedule or something happens and that problem gets solved. So time gets freed up, right? So and then you don't get into unnecessary things, unnecessary activities. You're a lot more focused on doing the right thing. So my answer to your question is, please persist with the practice of meditation, and then that calming state or resting state is not the end goal, just a means. But then, however, you'll drop your anxious, that anxiety, the energy of anxiety. From then, you'll start enjoying every moment a lot more richer than you're doing.
Like I have I have ADHD, like slow processing speed, which is innate. So like meditation, if I continue with meditation, will that also get solved?
First, ma'am, yeah, let's drop the labels. And there's nothing, I mean, first let go of all those labels and then just be your normal state. Yes, meditation will help.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Rishma TK.
Hello.
Please come on
Good
video
morning.
as well.
Sorry, for some reasons I won't be able to come on video. I'm doing my master's in US, and the thing is, I love this meditation program. And as Sir Chandra sir says that there are unlimited possibilities. But sir, I've taken a huge loan, and due to this recession, I am unable to crack any of this internship program. So, however, I try to be positive, but I'm unable to fix my mind on that higher frequency. And I try to schedule my day, but I am unable to put it into action. Somewhere I think I am sinking into the negative things. In my mind, I understand that positivity, all these things, but I'm unable to implement that in my life. So can you please help me with this emotions? What am I doing wrong, or what am I missing in this journey to get out of this situation and to be positive that things will get right?
Your first statement said due to recession, I'm not able to get a
Yes, this is what market and the emails. We shoot almost 100 emails every day
what does
for
it
this
say?
thing.
How many internships are there in the United States of America in this today, tomorrow, if you count? How many internships will be there? At least a
There will
million?
be-
At least a million?
Yes,
How many you need?
at least one for me.
You need one. And how many are there? A million. So why do we say that due to the recession it is difficult? They are there. This is our thinking. We have to change. So, madam, so nothing to do to go on increasing your knowledge. The limiting beliefs that we go on live with, because the environment tells you, every article tells you, oh, it's recession, so jobs are going to be tough. This is going to be tough. That's going to be tough. Is we keep sinking into our mind, right? So we have to raise above it. So join this program that you're going to be there. Manifestation workshops going to tell a little bit more. We're going to work on our limiting beliefs a little bit more, right? Vision boards, but then increase your knowledge and practice. Things will happen. Talk to some people who have cracked their jobs. I suggest you talk to Ladhini, your facilitator will connect, and then Naga Pradeep, they'll connect. Anybody who's experienced acquiring a job or stuff like that. So if you are part of a group, ask that question. I'm sure there'll be a few people respond back. Talk to them. Immediately pick up phone and talk to whoever has achieved some of those stuff. They'll narrate their experience. That's all you need. It's bound to happen. How long have you been practicing now?
I have recently joined. This is my first 40-day program.
Right. Meditation is bigger. It just started, right? So a
Yeah.
lot of, when a vibration changes, things will start happening to our life. Our vibration has to change the way we think and feel. It takes time, we probably now 20 years or 25 years, we have built up so many negativity or so many limitation. So give it a little bit of time to undo it. Just a little bit of time to undo it, right? Then the moment you change the vibration, then things start happening magically. But initially you got to give a little bit of time to undo all the limiting conditioning that we have gotten to ourselves by reading, by listening, seriously practicing meditation. Okay.
Yeah, require lots of your blessings, sir. Thank you.
Great wishes are there. Great wishes are there to you to excel. Okay, no blessings though. Thank you.
Thank you.
Radhika Pinjala ji, please unmute yourself.
Hello, sir. Thank you for the wonderful program. I have a question related to what Sai sir spoke. Like during your journey of working, you had you always were supported by intuitive messages. So sometimes these messages we get when we are meditating, don't they interfere with our meditation practice itself?
Okay, so good question, ma'am. As I said, most of my intuitive messages was outside of meditation. My meditation was more about calming the mind, right? And then I go through those deep process of practice of meditation. But it helped me calm the mind. And what that allowed is during the course of the day, as we go along working, right? You're a lot more aware, open to all these messages, right? So some of it could be intuition that I feel, some of it could be something happening out there, which there is a connect to what you're looking for, right? So that is how it is. It's not during meditation for me. And then, yes, as Rajiv said and several others, they get that flashes, and then there's a question on the chat window as well. So it happens. You're not waiting for or looking for or expecting for those messages. Sometimes it happens. There is a sense of feeling, and then okay, so I got this message. Let me try it out. Again, it may work out, may not work out. Again, that is where the mind and intuition, but it's always a learning for us.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you, sir.
if
Thank
I
you so
may
much.
add to it,
Yeah,
Radhika ji,
Rajivji.
for me also, in my meditation, I just used to place the question there and then leave it in the universe. And then, like Sai said, the answer will come. You reading newspaper, one word will give you an answer. Or you watching TV and some statement will give you an answer. It's strange. One has to experience it to kind of feel. So I just used to leave my question there. And then that half an hour university happened. So I just left the question there. Yeah, thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you, sir. Pratik Agrawalji, please unmute yourself and ask.
Yeah, good morning, all the Grandmasters. So I have a question.
Please add Pratik to the screen. Can you make me co-host, please? Yeah, go ahead, Pratik.
Yes. So first of all, I want to ask the good morning, all the Grandmasters. So I have a question. We are doing the corporate job. I also in a software job, 16, 17 year. And sometimes we just come to the corporate job because there is only the available thing at the time out of college, and we want to start with that. Sometimes it's become very monotonous over the period. It's become boring also. But next day you are finding very interesting also to work with the corporate job. So how to deal with the challenges? We should keep continuing because we are liking it, or sometimes we are not liking it. So it becomes a great dilemma in ourselves. What should we do?
So quickly, let me answer that. Yeah, this is something that all of us go through a job that we have, right? I mean, at Cognizant also for me, there were times when the job used to be very interesting. I've never even dreamt of leaving the company. But then as time progressed, things changed. There was a time that came, I was happy to leave the company, right? So in your job, a lot of things that you don't like keep happening. You're no longer interested in the job. You're not, you're not happy with the way things are. And to me, that was a message that I need to move on, right? So there are two things. Number one, if there is no alternative, I mean, again, like Chandra and a lot of masters keep saying, right? So anytime any discomfort in us, anything that causes discomfort to us is trying to teach something to us, right? That is what was my learning, my big learning. That's what soul tried to teach us. So either for me to accept things or for me to do something different, or worst case, maybe I'm more entrenched in my past way of things, like this is how things should be. Maybe it's an opportunity for me to let go of that things, that this is how it should be. Again, as Buddha keeps saying, right, nothing is permanent. Right? Things keep changing. Something that used to be good a few days ago is different. Something that you didn't like earlier, you start liking now. It's a kind of it's a cycle, and we'll have to go through that cycles of liking and disliking and anything that do with it, right? So the answer to your question is yes. All of us go to one is start loving the job by letting go of our what to say, ideas about this is how it should be, and then make space for something new coming. Or maybe it's a sign for you to kind of learn something different, maybe go do something that you love, provided the opportunities exist, right? That is my personal learning as well. I've been through exactly what you've been talking about as well. But every time I feel that universe is giving me that situation as an opportunity for me to do something or learn something from it, right? Anything more to add, Chandra, Rajiv sir?
We are good. You answered all. Thanks, Pratik.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So today we have some program on Save Earth, Save Animals, Save Plants through Patriji Meditation channel, starting from today evening till tomorrow evening 7 p.m. for 24 hours, where people are joining from 60 different countries. So please do join. I'll forward the Zoom links to everyone. Thank you.
GKG, please unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
After please go ahead. Sir.
Yeah. Good morning, Chandra sir. Lots of gratitude to you. So I have some health issues which I wanted to bring it up and seek your clarification. I've been diagnosed with IBD, inflammatory bowel disease, which is called as a Crohn's disease. So I have been doing meditation for almost like 3 years now, and I've joined your 40 days program as well. So I really wanted there are some inflammations in my small intestine, and there are some ulcers as well. So I really wanted your guidance and how do I go about I want to lead a normal life because there are a lot of medicines which I'm currently taking, and I want to come out of this. I know meditation can really help me, and please help me and guide me, sir. So how do what additional things that I need to do so that I can be back to normal?
Just meditation.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay. So currently I'm doing it for 1 hour, sir. So should I do it for more than 1 hour, or how is that?
Yes, slowly duration. Increase the duration. 2 hours, 3 hours, more stronger, deeper health issues, more deeper meditation. But start out with this 1 hour, it's good. Continue, finish a 40-day practice. And then then you increase it. There'll be an opportunity to do for 3-hour meditations after this program is over for everyone. And so you can practice that. And then definitely increase the duration of meditation if the health issues have not solved yet. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as they say, like where your attention goes, energy flows. So should I focus on that part where I have a pain in my lower abdominal portion?
Right now, just learn up with the whole meditation practice, right? Just no focusing anywhere, observing the breath to empty yourself.
Okay.
Now, if you add on a manifestation track, which is at the end of the meditation, there is a 10-minute visualization to do things that you can do. Absolutely can do. So you can take a manifestation track, which one of the Sundays, a longer 1 hour, 15-minute track, which will have meditation segment. Do that, right? Do that once a day and then go about doing it regularly. So it'll get you your meditation practice. It'll also help you to do some visualization towards that thing. So do it.
Yeah, if I may add, I also had this, inflammation in the intestines. They had gone dry. And after doing the manifestation course here, I stopped taking the medicines, just did the manifestation strongly and concentrated on that. And I must say I have improved 60-70%. No medicines, no need to go to any doctor. I sleep better, no acid reflexes. They've reduced to 80% extent. So manifestation and living, enjoying that now that you cured, that Chandra sir says has helped me a great deal. Yeah.
Thank you, Rajesh sir. Thanks for your experience sharing. Thanks, Chandra sir. Lots of gratitude to all the masters.
That's great. Read 3 books: Biology of Belief, Biology of Belief, You Are the Placebo. One of the facilitators can write, You Are the Placebo, Biology of Belief, and Law of Attraction.
Law of Attraction. Okay. Fine, Chandra sir. Sure, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks a lot.
Shetty.
Good morning. Sir, I have a question. See, I'm associated with one of the institute which promotes transformation of human beings, and I'm continuously associated with them. So in this, I assist, I contribute. So for the last 3 months, I am not assisting because I'm not able to speak to people. I don't know. I used to talk to hundreds of people for the program. I used to enroll and empower them to do transformation business, education. So after doing after coming into this, I mean to say, meditation, I stopped myself doing that. And what's the reason? I think I'm not. My energy is lost somewhere, I feel. Can you just guide me?
So if I understood you, for the last 3 months, you are not, what are you not doing, you say?
See, I assist in a program called Transformation of Human Beings, It's an educational program. So I contribute that. So after coming to the meditation, I'm not getting into that talk because I think I'm losing energy somewhere. I just don't know.
Okay.
I started this meditation program from Coherence.
Yeah.
40 days program.
Okay. So here is what is going to happen. I think this is a question that the second time hearing in some sense from someone also talked about losing energy or losing interest. There are a few phases around meditation, but one thing that's sure is going to happen in meditation is that things that do not serve you anymore, we slowly distance ourselves, go away from them. Things that serve you, you still hold on to them. The things that don't serve you because you have gotten a higher practice, so you'll naturally have less interest towards those. Once you understand that my body heals by having a positive mindset, and then I send a stronger affirmative signal, then the interest towards taking an hour of going and then doing a significant exercise and then putting it so much of trouble will slowly wean. It's not necessary to do 1 hour of rigorous practice if you recognize that your thoughts and your meditation is going to heal your body a lot of ways. And so then you slowly reduce the requirement to do 1 hour practice. You may still have, you cannot let go, and so you do 15-minute exercise. So the same way, things that no longer serve us will slowly reduce our interest. That's one thing, that's why it's happening. Second, of course, in the beginning of meditation, because meditation is helping us to sort of experience that everything is out there. We are that infinite. So when you go into the states of joy and then completeness and bliss and wholeness, and for initial days, it sort of feels like, do I really need to be doing any of this material activity? Is it all necessary? Or should I eat food? Should I even ask for rasgulla anymore? Why is it all necessary? Because there's so much pleasure, bliss, joy out there. So that questions come initially, there'll be that state, right? There is a concept, and at some point later in the program, I'm going to talk about this. Mountains are mountains, rivers are rivers concept. But it may happen that way for a few days, that you feel like you're withdrawing from things that you do. But there's only a temporary phase. And then stay closely connected with your masters and friends, because many of our family members may not understand that you're withdrawing from life. You're not participating in family dinners. You're not doing movies anymore the way you used to do. It was a temporary phase. You're trying to balance. But then very soon you're going to come back and say, you're going to come back and start participating with a great enthusiasm in everything with a different perspective now. Okay. You will enjoy the rasgulla greatly. It's not like, okay, I had yesterday one, today I have to have another one. No, you enjoy it greatly, you cherish it, you have a lot. So your experience will be a lot more deep and beautiful. So there are two reasons why. One, that it may not serve us anymore, we go away. Second, we might temporarily be in the beginning stage. If you are intensely, seriously practicing, we go through this phase of potential. We appear like we're withdrawing from the things that we do, but then we are calibrating ourselves to have the right balance between the experience of the whole and experience here, and then we're going to come back with the right interest to appreciate everything we're doing back again. Okay, it's a temporary phase.
Yeah, it's a temporary. I got that, because what I used to do was in conversation. Right now, what I'm doing in meditation is in thoughts, the thought process. So I think I got that. I'm right now going for a higher this one. So this looks temporarily being withdrawn. I got that.
It's called hard work.
This is
smart work. Hard work is we have to go on and do things. Smart work is we start creating things through our thought process and through energy patterns here. So we know it that it's going to work. We attract. So then we don't need to do this hard labor the way we were doing before. Okay. Please have
it is all from the
yeah.
It is all about the distinctions. What you talk, same distinctions we talk. We have a conversation. All the distinctions, what you talk about. So I got it, and I'll practice it.
All right. So thank you, friends. We're at 8:35. So we'll carry on these conversations tomorrow. I know some of you raised hands, but we'll do it tomorrow. I think I would like to conclude at this point. So thank you, Mr. Rajiv. Thank you, Sai, for giving this
Thank
time.
you. Thank you.
Our life experiences, knowledge can be shared, but experiences really go through the heart. So here we heard Master's experiences. So they're real. So they come from the practical understanding of how he's working. So great. One is surrender. Rajivji is about surrender to the process. Don't think too much. Put the analytical mind aside and narrate the event that no, there's not going to be a fog tomorrow. There's no fog, right? Many things can show up like that. So put the analytical mind aside. Sai is about spontaneity and then resting our mind, calming the mind so that many things happen. We'll go into the present moment. The best is received in the present moment. And meditation is absolutely helping in all of this. Thank you, Richa Madam.
Thank you, sir. Just an announcement about the Saturday masterclass that we have on the topic that will be discussed will be a journey towards consciousness by Sudhakar and Rajeshwari at 5:30 p.m. in the evening, IST hours.
Yes, these masters are been at meditation for a long time. They do amazing amount of service in Dubai. So most certainly I would be there to, if you were there to plan the time to listen to their experiences and then join a Saturday masterclass. Thank you. Sai, you had anything to say? Both of you, your final words, Rajiv and Sai.
I'm good. Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity. A lot of wisdom.
Same here. It was such a pleasure to share my experiences. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll have Sumanji share some other day, some little bit of stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I heard it's tomorrow is your birthday. Happy advanced birthday to you.
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
And happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Happy birthday wishes to everybody who's going to celebrate birthday today, tomorrow, and for the rest of the year.
Thank you. Thanks. Very well put.
Thinking